Hey, what's happening, folks? Textboy91 here, and I'm back with week number 6 of the new Football Outsider cards they got in the packs currently. If you don't know what they are as listed a limited edition Josh Gordon, a cornerback in Brandon Carr, two defensive tackles in Jason Hatcher, and also in Michael Brockers, and they also dropped another right guard in Larry Warfield. So let's go ahead to the auction block and take a look at these cards. All right, we're starting off with Larry Warfield, and I like that they keep giving the linemen some love. I'm loving the new legendary tier linemen along with the elite linemen because last year we all know linemen did not get any love. It is nice to see the big guys out there getting some love by these guys over at the Football Outsiders, and it is really warranted if they get cards for their performance because they don't get any recognition for the most part. But here's Larry Warfield. I bought this card for right around 9,000 coins. That was a good price at the time. It's at 12,000 now. If I wanted to flip it, I might lose coin on it because of the auction fee, but I picked it up because I liked its stats compared to Kyle Long. Right now, I have Kyle Long who's going for, I want to say, right around 20K. And I might go ahead and sell Kyle Long. Like, you can see the stats, they look very similar. Warfield is a lot, well, not a lot stronger. He's a little stronger. He has worse impact blocking. Awareness is pretty much the same. He has a high injury, which is really good considering that lineman got injured a lot this year. But I like that he has a better run blocking strength and run blocking footwork compared to Kyle Long, who pretty much only has pass blocking footwork in his favor. So I'm liking that. The thing about Kyle Long is he's really good at a right guard spot because I do a lot of counters, I do a lot of pulls, and I notice when I play online with Larry Warfield, he's not as quick as Kyle Long, and his impact blocking being so low, he kind of misses blocks a lot when he's pulling, but when his card is just pretty much blocking, maybe in the zone read option scheme, he's not doing anything where he has to do anything extra. He's pretty good, but Kyle Long is a nice guard. He's quick. He has good acceleration. He has good speed for a pulling guard. But Larry Warfield is a better pass blocker overall. So if you guys want Larry Warfield for his price, I say go ahead and pick it up. But Kyle Long is not a bad option as well if you want to spend 20,000 coins on a nice lineman that's really athletic. So I like Larry Warfield though. He's actually it's a pretty good card. Like I'm not gonna say anything bad about it. It's really good, and I really enjoy it. All right, this is the Michael Brockers card. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, so when I see the card stats, it'll be the first time I've seen it, so you guys get a genuine reaction out of me. Let's go ahead and flip it over. All I know is my eyes are closed right now. My eyes are closed. All I know is that the Texans defense or Texans offense did a terrible job against that Rams. They were just bad. So this card probably has some nice stats. Open my eyes right now. Yeah, he has really good stats. That tackle is really high. Defensive tackles don't really have high tackle because they really don't do much tackling. They're out there absorbing space. And once they get their hands on you, they're pretty much either slow enough not to be able to tackle you or they just miss. So high tackle, really good, good power move, and pretty solid speed. These stats right off the top remind me of Geno Atkins. So let's go ahead and compare those two just because he's at his position. And let's see how they stack up. Geno Atkins, same speed. Awareness is in his favor. Tackling is definitely Michael Brocker's favor. Power move over in Geno's, and finesse move is pretty much the same. So it's block, shed, and pursuit. All right, so I'm looking at these cards, and if I had to pick one of the two, I would honestly go with Michael Brockers because he's a lot bigger. Like when I'm playing online, I want big dudes out there in the field. I want big, tall dudes. He's 6'6", while Atkins is 6'1", and that can be a problem sometimes because he gets lost underneath all those big, massive offensive linemen. Plus, most running backs are his height, so he gets lost out there. And plus, Atkins going for right around 20,000 coins, and his stats are really similar to Michael Brockers. So if you guys had to pick one of the two, I'd go with Brockers just because he's a lot bigger, and I do like his stats. I might try to pick one of these cards up if he gets down around 15 to 13K, but I'm not really hurting at that position right now. But I do like this card. It's actually really good. This is actually a pretty good week of cards. I was kind of skeptical at first, but I'm actually enjoying these cards so far. But Michael Brockers, you have a really good card. All right, here's Jason Hatcher, 90 overall defensive tackle. I might pick this card up. 14K seems kind of cheap, and the guy's trying to move it really quickly, as you guys can see. I'm not a Cowboys fan. All you guys think that I'm a Texas boy, not one. I'm a Cowboys fan. I am not. I'm a Panther fan, so I don't gotta get this card by obligation, but I do like the way this card's stats look. He pretty much is the opposite of Geno Atkins. Like everything, it looks really similar, but they flipped out the finesse move and the power move. Geno Atkins has a high power move. This card has a high finesse move, which is really nice. He's an athletic defensive tackle. The only reason he got a card is because he got 2 sacks this past weekend. Generally, when you get 2 sacks at the defensive tackle position, trust me, I know that. When you get 2 sacks at that position, you're doing something big because generally you're getting blocked by 2 or 3 guys the entire game. So getting a sack is really hard, but you can tell why he did. He is athletic, he's quick, he has good finesse move, and he has pretty solid tackling, pretty good block shit, and good pursuit. So And he's going for around 18K, so around the same price as the other defensive tackle, Michael Brockers, and same price as Atkins for the most part. So it pretty much is a pick'em game, as I always say. And I like this card. Though. I like it. 6'6", good solid speed, good finesse. I'm buying this card. I'm buying this card if it's still there. Can I buy this card? Yes, we can. We got ourselves a Jason Hatcher and see some gameplay with him coming up in the near future. Since I decided to buy this card for 14,000 coins, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys its stats more in depth on the depth chart. And looking at it, like everything pretty much is on point with what I said in that last part, which is this card is pretty much the opposite of Atkins. He's a lot bigger, being at that 6'6" body frame, and Atkins being at 6'1". He obviously can jump higher because he's a lot taller, which makes more sense in my opinion. But look at this, like right here, the power move, finesse move, like they're pretty much reversed. So that is really interesting to me. Like they're pretty much the opposite when it comes to play style. So I don't know if they're going to clash out there in the field by one being a aggressive power move, bull rush type defensive tackle, or one's going to be more of an athletic type dancing around the field. But I think they got a good pickup. 14K for a nice defensive tackle that pretty much is the opposite of Atkins and might provide a different element to my team. I'm loving it, and I'm going to let you guys know how it plays so you guys might want to pick yourselves up one. Now we're on to another Cowboy. Man, they got a lot of cars this week. And of course, we are back on the trade block. They have still yet to fix this stupid glitch with the Brandon Carr being compared, or cornerbacks in general getting compared to centers. I don't know how hard that is to code. All EA Sports is doing is counting their MONE, and I ain't even got to tell you why. But this is the Brandon Carr 91 cornerback run stuff chemistry. I absolutely love this card. If you guys watch my defense or watch me play online, I pretty much play the same defensive scheme. 4 linemen, 2 linebackers, 2 safeties, and 3 cornerbacks. And I feel like Brandon Carr can be a nice 1, 2, or 3 cornerback on my team just because he has good speed, great man coverage, and good play rec, and also good press. So they might be a nice fit on my team. But for 50K, I'd be better off running duplicate cards. As I did the comparison thing again, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm tripping. But here is the Richard Sherman I'm going to compare him to. Sherman right now is going for right around 35 to 40K. It's not that big of a price discrepancy, about 15 to 10K for Brandon Carr and Richard Sherman, but the stats look really similar. You guys can see right now. Awareness, everything's pretty much boosted up by 1 on Brandon Carr, but Sherman right now is 35 to 40K, while Brandon Carr is around 50 to 60. So you might be better off picking up Sherman if you guys are looking for a nice cornerback to shut receivers down. I know the Fantasy Jennings that just came out is really good and might have better stats in this card, and it's going for right around the same price. So if you guys want that, it's also an option as well. And also Akeem Talib, who I'm really big on. I really love this card. Like this is one of the better cards they dropped in the packs because it plays really, really good, and it also plays very, very above his rating, I believe, because I noticed that when I'm playing games with the Akeem Talib, he pretty much catches almost anything thrown to him. He shuts down number 1, number 2, and also slot receivers. He's really great. The awareness is such lacking, though, but that's really nice over Brandon Carr. He has good awareness, which might make a better impact on my team. So I'm going to pick this card up, hopefully in the near future, give you guys some gameplay with it, but 50K, like I said, a lot of variety at cornerback, but I do like this card. Right around 40K, I pick him up in an instant, but 50K, 60K, I might just go ahead and pass on it, but I do love this card. All right, we are on to the card of the week, Football Outsiders Limited Edition Josh Gordon. I really like this card. I pulled packs to get him or Cam Newton, but unfortunately, I just was not able to. The card was not in my favor, and I still have yet to get a limited edition card that isn't a secret limited edition card like that Dallas Clark guy got. That was still impressive. But look at this card's stats. 93 speed, 91 route running is crazy. Like, you don't find good speed and good route running combined. Good catching in traffic, and good release and good spec catch. And that's his price. 200K. I'm like, okay, that's fair. I remember when Demaryius Thomas, or not Demaryius Thomas, Eric Decker, I don't know how I got those two confused. When Eric Decker first came out, he was going for right around 200,000 coins, and his price got down to 150, then 130, then 125. Now he's at 100. So I'm hoping Josh Gordon follows the same trend, because for this price, you can buy yourself 2 Calvin Johnsons, you can buy yourself a Bolitnikov and a Michael Irving, a legend. You can buy yourself a cornerback that might be a bigger, that can shut down Josh Gordon. You can buy yourself a lot of cards out there for that same price. And I gotta be fair, because I know it's a limited edition item and everybody wants to have it on their team. But for 200K, I'm gonna go ahead and pass on it. Maybe when it gets down to 150, I might be in the ballpark of me buying this card. But 200K, not buying it. And it's plus on top of that, compare him to Demaryius Thomas. I'm gonna go ahead and compare him and not talk. Look at his card stats. Just look at him. There are two things in Josh Gordon's favor that Demaryius Thomas doesn't have, and that is route running and catching in traffic. But other than that, these card stats are identical, and they have the same chemistry boost. So if you guys need a number one receiver, DT will be the guy for you. Josh Gordon is really, really nice, and I really hope his card comes down cheaper so I can pick one up and play with it. But I'm not paying 200K for wide receiver. That's pretty much an interchangeable position. If I can go out there with a bunch of gold wide receivers and play without having to have these elites and fantasies and purple cards, I would do that, but they drop passes too much. But these cards look really, really similar, and I feel like I would rather pay 35K for DT than pay 209K for Josh Gordon, or pay 200K for Calvin Johnson's dupe of him, and then Josh Gordon. So that's my opinion. If you guys don't agree with it, you guys are entitled to yours, but that's how I feel about it. And Josh Gordon's really good, but not worth 200K. And that will conclude this week's Football Outsider card review for week number 6. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like. Also, leave a comment below stating who you pulled in packs this past weekend. I'm out, this mother bleeper. Peace.